Even an old fogey like me gets excited when such delicious enthusiasm is present.
Look at his tongue sticking.
Yeah.
Delicious students. They're creamy hamstrings.
I think I need to leave the club room.
Hey, welcome back.
Oh, hello.
I don't know how you're going to cut around that conversation, but...
They don't know what it was about.
Okay, I guess. Depends on how much you leave in.
I'm Eric.
Travis.
And we're in the art club.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to have another meeting. All right. We're good. We're Bookend Gaming, by the way. I don't think we said that. I'm sorry.
We didn't. I was about to, and you interrupted me.
In case you guys didn't know, on episode like 180 of Katawa.
This is only episode whatever of Ren, though. What
Yeah.
if someone's only watching Ren?
12, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Every
then,
episode is someone's first episode.
That's true.
That
Welcome,
doesn't
Phil.
apply because we're not very popular.
Yeah. Anyways, today's art club meeting is currently on hold while everyone waits for Nomiya to show up. I take this time to try and explain my theory about Yamaku to Rin. You have a theory about Yamaku? I've tried to figure out what...
Feminists.
Hanako's a ghost! I've tried to figure out what exactly about the school feels so special to me. That concept I unsuccessfully tried to explain to Yuko the other day.
Well, we had a theory that he's in like multiple reality, or he's in purgatory,
Yeah.
and it keeps resetting.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to read it. Yeah. Reincarnation.
Yeah.
It's still difficult, but the track meet and the time I've spent observing my fellow students have helped my ideas mature a little. It's a little more sexy now. Have you noticed that people talk all the time? Can't really explain it, but once again, as I try to explain my observation, I'm struggling for words.
I don't do words good.
Talking about talking all the time, I can't find the right words to say. The student body is heavily clicked, and I'm only now beginning to make sense of the intricate grouping in popularity networks. And yet, the feeling of being a part of a group is stronger here than I remember it being in my old schools. I'm trying to say that this school isn't like other schools.
Really?
Or at least the students aren't. No way. Even after discounting the obvious. Do you know what I mean?
Know what I'm saying?
No.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, well. Whatever then. I want to pursue the issue, but at that point, Nomiya arrives. Thank God.
Man, you're making such strides in your relationship.
You got no arms, Rin. The teacher is wiping sweat from his forehead with a handkerchief and breathing rather heavily. He quickly glances over the room and then settles down a bit. Hello. Apologies for being late. Is everyone present? Yeah, okay, good.
No.
I must confess, I haven't really planned anything for today, as I have been extremely busy lately. But I'm sure we can come up with something entertaining.
I was just masturbating in the janitor's closet.
Anyone have any suggestions? I was thinking we could have a discussion circle, since I have no idea what the hell to do today. I at least found the last one magnificently enjoyable.
It's when you just say study hall day.
Right.
And no one studies.
Oh man, my science teacher was the best, because when he didn't have anything to do, we would watch ESPN.
Nice.
And that's not a joke.
Yeah.
He would just be like, all right, so we would watch either a movie or ESPN.
Yeah, my English teacher senior year was just like, would put on like TV or movies
Right.
and stuff like that, and just be like, do whatever. Like we played cards constantly.
There are some murmurs here and there, but nobody raises their voice in support of or against Nomiya. We could delve into various movements of art, or does someone have a good topic in mind? Come on, throw it out there. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter if it's silly or odd. We can always cook up something interesting. We're the cooking club now. Nobody seems to be brave enough to make such a suggestion.
Let's
Nudes.
talk about books.
As the awkward silence refuses to be broken, I lift my hand in the air. Like I just don't care. Oh ho! Our newest friend seems to have something on his mind. Speak up, my boy. Speak up.
The school's different. Let's talk about it.
Everyone here's a freak. Well, I don't know about anyone else. Oh, you were going with the let's introduce ourselves route.
Oh,
Ugh.
no.
I always wondered why art exists in the first place. My voice trails off. Silence sets in the room, and nobody makes a follow-up on my meek suggestion.
What an idiot.
Then
Who
the
is
teacher
that?
bursts into laughter. Oh, excellent. Very good indeed. Right out of the gate with the big one, huh? Fabulous. Chuckling, he shifts some papers around on his desk for a few moments. When he's done, he appears to have made some sort of decision.
I don't know. Class dismissed.
Yeah. Well, that was stupid. Let's leave. Very well, then. Let us run with this and see where it gets us, shall we? Oh, my. Even an old fogey like me gets excited when such delicious enthusiasm is present.
Look at his tongue sticking.
Yeah.
Delicious students. They're creamy hamstrings.
I think I need to leave the club room. I love your suggestion. Let me gather my thoughts a moment so I can figure out a good starting point for everyone. For some reason, the teacher seems to be almost literally bursting with excitement. He scribbles a few things down on a loose sheet of paper and then cleans his glasses with a handkerchief. He strikes a pose and then freezes for an overtly dramatic artistic pause that spans what must be half a minute. It's so quiet I could hear a pin drop. Oh, I'm sorry. First, let's come up with a few questions that we want answered, such as what is art and why does art exist? Anyone have any questions that might be related? The boy with sunglasses, that's his disability, pipes up almost immediately. His voice is so soft and quiet, and I have a hard time making out what he says. Here, you can be sunglasses, boy.
What defines an artist?
What? After him, another question comes up.
If I fill a cardboard box with water and call it art, is that art?
Yes.
Everyone laughs at that, even the teacher. Fuck no! Great, wonderful, all of these. Let me start by saying that this is not a clear-cut issue by any means, and as such, I'm not going to give any answers to you. I'm only going to speak from my own perspective.
Well, what good are you?
Scholars have argued about these sorts of questions since time immemorial, and there has never really been a broadly applicable consensus reached. Damn, he broke out the thesaurus.
Yeah.
There are, however, some qualities that most tend to generally agree upon. Hopefully, you all should find these acceptable as well. Oh, in short, art defines itself. It simply cannot be contained to a definition from the outside, since the boundaries of art expand and contract from forces within. Every day, someone somewhere comes up with something completely outrageous that challenges any and all preconceptions. Some people just draw a circle on a paper.
Yeah.
The core reason for this is that rather than the rational side of the mind, art appeals to the intuition, the instinct, the primal. You would find it very hard to explain why exactly it is that you enjoy some particular style or piece. No.
And then every once in a while, some guy paints a can of soup on it, and people on acid love it.
He doesn't wait for a response before continuing. This is exactly why. So, art is this sort of wild, uncontrollable thing, like me, that lurks somewhere deep in your subconscious. Now, why does it exist? I don't know. Nomiya apparently expects someone to pipe up with a guess, but as nobody dares to interrupt his inspired speech, he continues. Boredom! It was a trick question. You see, art also validates itself. Generally speaking, you might say that art exists for no other purpose than itself. It's something that exists merely to leave a mark in history. It's the defiance of a mortal against the face of darkness. As one once said, art is truly the proof of our existence. You all should know that the human culture and civilization are tightly tied to the existence of art. Oh my god, man. Then what about artists? What drives a man to dedicate his life to a thing so fickle and mysterious that it even defies definition? I'm so sorry I asked this question.
Yeah, Jesus.
There are as many answers for this as there are artists, but if I had to put it into words, an artist doesn't make art because he can, but because he must. Nomiya takes a pause and his gaze sweeps over his audience, eyes flaring with passion. It is obvious that art touches the very soul of each and every human being in one way or another, so if you were given a chance to connect with your fellow man in such a fundamental way, how could you not?
Because I don't want to connect to anybody.
There is a poem I'm very much fond of, and I shall recite the most well-known part of it to you now. Oh, good.
This is what I wanted.
I feel that for me personally, of all possible things, it captures best the essence of what it means to be an artiste.
There once was a man from Nantucket.
Nomiya leans against the desk as he clears his throat in preparation. H. Looking at some distant place, he utters the words in the heavily afternoon air with his soft basso voice. To see a world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour. There is a solemn and unbelievably awkward silence after he finishes reciting this short fragment. Nobody dares speak a word. Sounds like the opening to an anime.
The great words of one Axl Rose.
Yeah. Nomiya clears his throat again. To be an artist is to see the world in a grain of sand. You see, dear children, without art there would not be much to live for in this world. It is a most profound thing. He is clearly touched by this notion. I almost expect to see a lone tear rolling down his rough cheek, but it never comes. Thank God that's over. I turn to Rin and whisper to her. So how is this a discussion circle? We're not even in a goddamn circle. She shrugs nonchalantly back at me.
The previous ones were the same.
To his credit, Nomiya does try to get some debate going, but the club seems to be reluctant to comply. They don't want to interrupt that.
No.
I feel a bit guilty about opening my mouth. Maybe we would have been spared from this.
That's what we were saying.
Yep. As the meeting comes to a close after another hour of monologue, I realize we hadn't once touched any paint or pens today, and I feel somewhat disappointed. Nomiya suddenly appears next to us.
Nothing personal, kid.
He seems to be still fired up from the speech he delivered. His cologne smells musky and saccharine at the same time. Saccharine?
Saccharin.
Okay, I said it right.
Yeah.
Giving me an instant headache, even though I'm not sensitive to perfumes. He is looking at Rin like a hungry wolf.
Oh,
I think we
my
should get out of here.
Lord.
Tezuka, do you remember Mrs. Sayanji, who visited us at the festival?
I think so.
I'm going to tell you something amazing.
It's your mother.
Yeah. The thing is, she's a very well-known gallerist around here. It turns out I might be able to get her to consider having some of your art put on display.
That's not a word.
Gallerist?
Yeah.
Galleryist? That's what I would at least think it would
Gallery owner.
be. Yeah. He ends his sentence with a dramatic gesture. It seems he's expecting Rin to show some sort of joyous, shocked reaction at such grand news, but she just stares at him blankly. Magnificent, isn't it? This could be a real chance for us to get ahead, girl.
Behind every successful artist is me riding their coattails.
Yeah.
But
Now, I know what you're about to say. Yes, it wouldn't be a simple affair, but I think this is an absolutely fantastic opportunity. Frankly, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we made it big. This could be the first step, and then when the word is out, we strike while the iron is hot. Right, Nakai? What? Yeah, it does sound pretty great if you're into that kind of thing. See? We should definitely not let this one pass, am I right?
I don't really...
Rin seems to be troubled for some reason. I can't figure out why. What Nomiya is saying does indeed sound like a possibly great thing. She looks pretty down, though, and confused. I've never seen her like this. So, what do you think? Rin looks up to her teacher's glowing face and then back down at her desk.
I'll think about it.
Nomiya is at least taken slightly aback by Rin's lack of superlative delight. Then he smiles widely at her and gently pats her head. There. Good girl. The club meeting is finally over, and as I lazily collect my things and help clean up, I start feeling exhausted. For some reason, there isn't much to do, however, so it's over quickly. I catch up to Rin, who left the club room just a moment earlier, so we're walking down the stairs to the ground floor while I try to go over Nomiya's passionate speech about art, and Rin seems to be lost in thought. Not an unusual state for her, I've learned, but something about her expression makes me feel uneasy. Penny for your thoughts.
That'd be too cheap.
You're just overpricing your thoughts.
I wouldn't be able to sell them anyway. I'm not sure what I'm thinking yet. That'd be fraud, too. Like stealing a candy from a baby.
That's theft, not fraud. Gotcha.
I have to think about what I think.
Is this about what the teacher said, getting your work put on display and all that? She doesn't answer, but stops in her tracks as we reach the lobby. We're the only people around, so it's very quiet. Footsteps echo from a few floors up as someone hurries along a hallway.
That's Emmy. I think I'm going to go somewhere elsewhere.
Okay, have fun. I think she really is troubled. Want company? I can't promise much help with the thinking, but it's not like I have much else to do, and I'm supposed to do some light exercise.
If you like.
Okay, Rin.
All right.
How non-committal.
Rin leads me outside to the wall behind the dormitories. There is a small black gate there, made from the same wrought iron as the main gate. It leads to the shadowy woodland park behind the school. The gate is rusty, as if it hadn't seen much use. However, it sits open, so we pass through. It's not forbidden for students to leave the grounds, haha, but somehow I feel a little uneasy.
All of a sudden, a satyr comes pouncing up.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Tumblins.
I have a quest for you! A path leads deeper into the forest. Tall zelkova and maple trees rustle in the wind, their canopies creating patches of chill air hanging in the places where the shadows fall. I've totally heard of zelkova trees.
Yeah, that's not made up at all.
No.
I'm sure it's not. I don't know.
It's probably not, but we were just talking about epic quests, and
Yeah.
that throws in a word like zelkova.
We're gonna...
I need you to I need you to collect 7 zelkova branches.
We're gonna get bribed by the Snow Queen or whatever here in the forest next time.
Okay.